Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante, Part 4. We're flying through this game. I'm enjoying it so much, so I'm just recording a lot of it, so some of my other videos are on hold, but I'll get back into it soon enough. But strike while the iron is hot and all that. So last time we just finished Chapter 1 of Childhood. We had our sacrament, and we were very passive about it. We didn't decide to break any protocols. We just got whipped and accepted our fate for now. So we're going to be moving into Chapter 2 of Adolescence. Our determination went down a little bit, which I'm a bit sad about. I kind of wanted around the 5-6 mark, but perception is quite good around inquisitive. I want to get it to at least insightful. Hopefully in the next chapter. Our willpower is good, so we can have. I think most actions cost about 5 willpower, so we can do 2 willpower actions. One to bring us back down to 0, and one to get us into the minus. And we haven't died yet. Interestingly enough, I was watching a video of a YouTuber yesterday who did a different decision. If you remember back when we had the sweets and our grandfather, we couldn't attack him because we didn't have the skills. But if we decide to attack him, he actually kills us. So we did well to avoid death there. But let's see if we can keep doing that. And we continue on with poor Morgan Brante's life. Adolescence. I've currently got 2 parts up on my YouTube channel. I've got part 3 recording.
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Chapter 2, Adolescence. You've lived in this world for 8 years now. As you grow older, life grows more complex. The world of your childhood was limited to your house and family, but now the realm is expanding. It also includes your neighborhood, the nearby houses, the streets of the ancient city of Anazot. A question now looms over you, growing more pressing with each passing year. What will your place be in this vast outside world? Few people in the blessed Archnean Empire trouble themselves with this question. It's not within a man's or woman's power to choose. Their destiny is predetermined by their birth and those who bore them. And yet your peculiar birth has granted you a choice. Your father is a man of nobility, a worthy example in matters of duty and honour. Your mother is a commoner of lowly estate, humility and patience made flesh. And your sky is ablaze day and night with the light of the shining pillar, the beacon of the clergy. Your back bears the mark of the lash. Will you accept the drudgery and suffering that is the lot of the lowborn for your entire life? Or will you follow in the footsteps of your father and your father's father and fight for the right to serve the empire as a noble of the mantle? Perhaps will you follow the twin God's word and offer spiritual guidance to others? The answer lies out there in the vast, terrifying world. What awaits you beyond the walls of your home? Kind of tempted to go as a clergy, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so a few events we can have happening. Gloria's secret. You discover that Gloria has joined a secret society. Awesome. And I need ingenuity to be great, to be 4 or greater. Stephen's disgrace. Ooh. Nobility greater than or equal to 4. Blood tide. Nobleman's sacrament and my grandfather likes me. Probably nobleman's sacrament, I'd say. I don't think he likes me. And spirituality greater or less than 4. Nice for Nathan's admonition. So there's a few things going on. Let's just check these options and see what's going on. Oh. Matters of the heart, meet a girl. Revelation of the tree. So I'm not going to read more of these because I want them to be a bit of a surprise. Okay, we have some new options now for personality. We have spirituality. Your aspiration to unlock the mysteries of creation and explore the divine in the mortal world, the people around you and yourself. It affects your ability to become a priest and future skills crucial for the clergy. Oh, I'm tempted to go for that option. Ingenuity. Quite slow. Represents how quick-witted you are and how skillfully you can manipulate a situation to your own end. It affects your ability to survive without the privileges of nobility and future skills that are crucial to a commoner. And nobility. represents how noble your thoughts and deeds are in your pursuit of the honourable ideals of the nobleman. It affects your chances of becoming a noble of the mantle and future skills that are crucial for the noble estate. So we've got three options there. We can become a clergy, we can stay as a commoner, and potentially becoming a noble. Our house is good, it's in a modest position, although that's quite on the edge. We could slip back into tarnished honour very easily. Our wealth is good, not great. And our family isn't great either, so we kind of need to work a bit on that. And we've no relations yet. Oh, cool, we've unlocked two new things. We've got Map of the Empire. Wow. And each of these has something to read. So apologies, but I'm going to read all of this because I just love the information and backstory. You can skip on if you don't like that. Let's start at the top. Northern provinces of Fiona, Constanta, and Hermia. The stern and inhospitable lands of the north. They were populated by barbarian heathens until the great Arcanian warriors of the past came to eradicate them. The northern provinces are governed by the Emperor's own Tempest dynasty. The provinces are very sparsely populated, with few factories or trading posts. Fishing is the main trade here. The locals say you can see the very peak of the shining pillar looming above the sea when the skies are clear. And that has Eterna. Sorry, that just includes there, I think. And Arcania. So we've got Pragos, the shining pearl of the north. Pragos is the capital and the only large city in the province of Fiona. Built by the order of the Emperor's own brother Cornelius Tempest, the city has attracted many people of the northern provinces who abandoned their meagre lands. The citizens of Pragos are known to be loyal to Cornelius, Tempest and his laws. And then we've got Arcania. The birthplace of the Empire and every Arcanian dynasty, owned by the Emperor himself. The province with the most bountiful soil, Arcania abounds in the ancient castles, green fields, and towering forests. Sprawling cities and factories are virtually non-existent here. No Arcanian dynasty would ever let such massive human-built structures disfigure the demesnes of their ancestors. The only place in the province teeming with life and the spirit of the new age is Eterna, the capital of the Empire. So on to Eterna, the capital of the blessed Arcanian Empire. This ancient and beautiful city was built upon the shores of three rivers. By the Emperor's own orders, Eterna houses the Imperial College and the Military Academy, which provide opportunities for commoners to become nobles of the mantle through service and valour, as well as the Divine Seminary. Eterna is the place where Arcanian tradition, architecture, and fashion have always reigned supreme, but the influx of human nobles and wealthy merchants is slowly changing the way of life in the capital. Siltrum, the personal domain of the Emperor's own Tempest dynasty, known by all as the most beautiful castle in the Empire. It keeps its gates closed to all but the most exalted Arcanians and humans. Ooh, possibly might get to meet him. Monia, the bastion of the Arcanian aristocracy, protected from the rest of the Empire by the sea and a mountain ridge. It is the second oldest province of the Empire. Here the noble traditions of yore are the strongest, and the lowly lot is denied all freedoms save those they absolutely require. The Monroe dynasty conquered Monia long ago, and now reigns supreme in this impregnable province. No doubt Montis is the capital of Monia province and the most well-defended citadel in the Empire. Montis is commonly known as the pillar of the old Arcanian knightly spirit and is the site of many a great tournament. Archduke Monroe, like other Monroes before him, boasts that the walls of Montis will survive any siege. Garcia, the sea gate of Monia. Garcia is the only safe haven among the province's rocky shores. Well fortified and dangerous, this haven will accept no visiting ship without permission from the Monroe dynasty. So it's already quite an interesting few places going on here. Elleria, the strongest industrial province of the empire, ruled over by the Orgriff dynasty. The noble landowners of Elleria lease out their land to commoners to build new factories and mines, a practice that continues to this day. Elleria was the birthplace of gunpowder and the firearms that employ it, before the noble estate banned its use across the empire as weapons of dishonor. Cleonosis. The capital of Elleria, this sprawling industrial city is the home of scientists and inventors of all stripes, often called the city of free thinkers. Cleonis is governed by a lesser quorum. The ruling Archnean dynasty of the province hardly ever visits the area. And Kupfer, the most well-defended fortress in the south of Elleria, it belongs to the great Archnean Ogriff dynasty. And then you have Magra, which seems to be part of where we are. The last to join the empire, the southern province of Magra, is an arid wasteland ruled by Archduke Melanidas. During Tsar Melanidas' rebellion, this land was devastated by foul magic and rendered infertile. Local peasants now grow their crops in soil imported from other regions. The hill and mountains of Magra are blessed with silver, iron, and coal. Anizot, the city of your birth and the capital of the arid province of Magra. It is the largest and most ancient city in the south of the empire. Anizot is home of the Silver Tree, a sacred landmark grown by the twins. When they descended to the mortal realm. The old prophecies say that Anizot is where the end of the world will begin. Ooh, that's quite interesting. And we happen to be born there. Coincidence? I think not. Serpenverde, a castle in the middle of the Magrin Waste that serves as the family seat of the great Melanidas dynasty, the archdukes of the province. It is the most impregnable and well-defended fortress in the south. Sulmina, a large prosperous village in the east of Magra, it has accrued considerable wealth thanks to the numerous silver mines in the nearby hills. Many Sulminan commoners have grown rich and joined the new faith. Tuono, a noble estate with a small village, it currently has no owner. Ooh, that's interesting. It was formerly owned by the Elmers bloodline before their blood tide ran dry. According to the ancient tradition, the Archduke of Magra will grant Tuno to the next bloodline to be ennobled by the sword, which could be us. Valona, a city that is home to the largest monastery in the province of Magra, founded in commemoration of the final unity of all the lands in the empire. The monastery of Valona is the second most popular destination for pilgrims after the Silver Tree. The monastery's monks are famed throughout the empire for their healing skills. Ennery, the headquarters of the imperial overseer Gaius Tempest. Castle Ennery itself, as well as the village around it and the adjacent tracts of land, belonged to the Melanidas dynasty, until Gaius Tempest was appointed to the province's overseer in the Archduke's stead. Thanks to its vast farmland nourished with imported fertile soil, Castle Enneria grows its own provisions and maintains independence from the rest of Magra. Ooh, that might not go well. Astenia, the heart of the empire. Astenia is a province of bountiful harvests. This land is the main stronghold of the new faith, where commoners and nobles alike follow the new doctrine. This land is ruled by the old Archnean Diamant dynasty, but old Patriarch Eunice Diamant, the Archduke's elder brother and leader of the church in the province, wields actual authority in Astenia. And Orta. Once a mere outpost of the empire in its nascent years, the fortress of Orta was built to fight off the heathens. It is the founding place of the Holy Order and contains their citadel and headquarters. When the empire united all the lands in the realm, Orta grew into a city of considerable size. Whew, a lot in there and lots to process and think about. And the province itself, which describes the state of affairs in our native province of Magra, the structure of society, the political climate, the power of the church, and the sentiments of the people. These factors can change as a result of key historical events, but your actions can also become part of history and bring change to the province and then to the empire as a whole. Okay, so we've got the Archduke Melanidas, the Patriarch is Photis. He is founder of the new faith. He was the first to defy the lots and established in the teachings of Eastius, or Ezatius. He encouraged people to find the twin gods within and said that everyone is equal in the twin gods' eyes. So our power is pretty rubbish. Which doesn't look too bad actually, given the other options. The church, the prevailing religious school in the province of Magra, determines the doctrines, rites and traditions practiced by the majority of the population. So most of them follow the old faith. We could lead to a schism and the fall of the old faith. Our wealth is okay. And peace is pretty great. So there's a lot going on there. And events in my personal life. So we've looked at this already. Let's start adolescence. See what awaits us. Still kind of learning towards clergy, but I also really want to be a noble. Just to break out of that lot, so we'll see. I might surprise myself. 11:26. The boy down the street. The family expects more and more of you as you grow up. The teachers and tutors hired by your father keep you on your toes all the time. Your life these days is dedicated to studying for your future, for the future of the Brante family. Your younger brother Nathan keeps growing up too. He can now hold a conversation now. You never refuse him when he comes to play, provided you have a bit of free time between your demanding lessons. I like these little sound bites that kind of come in and fade away. They don't stick with you for the whole time. It is a rainy day today. Actually, as I look out the window, it's raining in Ireland as well. Big surprise. Father and mother have gone to a ball, and they left Nathan in your care. You lose track of time over the books in the sitting room, and Nathan goes off alone to splash in the creek. Soon you hear his voice begging you to come outside. He's on the porch, sobbing, all covered in dirt. You walk up to him as he continues to bawl. It's all that kid. He pushed me into the ditch and called me names. He said I was a fancy pants fool. I said I'd call my brother. He's still there. You have to go punish him, Morgan. Oh god, if he's a nobleman, I can't touch him. Nathan points at a lopsided wooden house further down the street where the poorer artisans live. You see two boys lingering there on the porch. They are clearly both commoners. Oh, okay. But far from poor. One of them is almost as tall as Nathan, and he frowns in a funny way just like him. The other looks older, almost your age, but he is more broad-shouldered and taller. His name is Thomas. You've heard it before. There, Morgan, that's him. Nathan points at the younger boy and hides behind your back. Thomas grins and rolls up his sleeves to reveal strong forearms. He must have been helping his father with manual labour for quite some time. Oh dear. Listen up, rich boys. We don't give a damn about you or your friendship. We don't let nobody call our home a stinking rat hole. Your little brother earned his ditch dive. Maybe next time he'll dress normal and stop picking fights with people who can throw him in the mud. Oh no, that's locked, damn it. We don't have a good relationship with our brother. You clench your hands clench into fists before you react. Nathan called them names first. No wonder they did the same. That's how it goes. But pushing your brother into a ditch is too much. Thomas stands tall and confident. He sees no threat in you. You are about to get ready for a fight when you feel a tug on your sleeve. You turn your head to see Nathan, the one who started the whole mess. Oh, damn it. So I can come at Thomas and give him a beating, but there's no guarantee I'll win. Say my brother is to blame, or resolve the matter peacefully. I mean, I could do that. Oh, I kind of probably would have chosen to listen to Nathan first. I mean, part of me thinks that, you know, they escalated with Nathan by pushing him, so I should escalate and attack him. But I mean, that's not what I would do. That's what Morgan should do in this world. I would resolve the matter peacefully if it was really me. I'm not going to blame Nathan, although he is to blame, but we look out for the Brante family. Although they're never going to respect anybody if I resolve it peacefully. I'm thinking if I resolve it peacefully, Nathan might be pissed off. And if I say my brother is to blame, he also might be pissed. Well, he'll definitely be pissed off. It'll probably cost me willpower as well to give Thomas a beating. No, you know what? He escalated. I'm going to escalate. The bold-faced bully is taller and clearly stronger, but nobody talks to you like that. You leap at Thomas and start tearing into him. He jumps backward, surprised by your assault. It takes him a moment to compose himself, but now he is ready. His fists cover the face and he attacks you with a quick jab. It is now your turn to take a step backward. You start trading blows, huffing and puffing with rage. The younger brothers gawk in awe at the sight. Oh god, I kind of regret this. Thomas does not resort to fancy moves, dirty tricks, or stupid taunts. He displays nothing but skill earned in many a street fight, and his heavy fists aim for your head. You keep dodging him again and again, trying to reach him. He takes a couple of glancing blows, but easily shakes them off. What a bruiser. You start swinging your fists with greater and greater fury. Your heart is pounding like a hammer. You see nothing but the foe in front of you. How much longer will this take? You're worn out. Your breath grows ragged and your muscles grow heavy. But there is no way you can give up now. Nathan is watching. Desperate and out of options, you swing and punch Thomas square in the nose, then immediately let his fist smack you in the temple. The blow rings through your head like a bell and blinds you for a moment. The world swims before your eyes. You clutch at your head to get your bearings. Thomas is standing in front of you, blood dripping from his nose. You no longer want to fight it out, and it seems your opponent would rather end it too. But you keep standing there, eyeing each other angrily. Then suddenly you hear an angry shout right next to you. An enraged man in a craftsman apron is shaking his fist. Tomas's... Actually, I think it's Tomas. Yeah, Tomas's face contorts in a terror right away. It's my father, run! The punishment for fighting is flogging, and the mere prospect of that makes you run like the wind. Tomas sprints in front of you. You dash around the rotten wooden planks of the back alley, up and over a lopsided fence, across a giant puddle in one leap, and then forward into the tall grass. You hide there and stay quiet. You hear no sounds of pursuit. You exchange glances with Tomas and start laughing. His laughter is loud and infectious, but soon he cuts it short and grows sadder. Ugh, I'll get flogged anyways. My dad's always quick to give me a beating. And then he'll start nagging me about the lots and the prayers for days like he always does. Why do I always get myself mixed up in this stuff? But fighting's the only way to prove you're worth anything, right? The adults didn't see you fighting, you tell him, so all you have to do now is convince them you weren't. Nosebleeds happen, right? Mother gets nosebleeds all the time. Well, we could try it. Let's hope our little brothers don't tell on us. I'll talk to mine. There's a scratch on your head. Don't let them see it. Good thing I didn't hit you in the face. There, good as new. You assure him that Nathan will never tell, and in return, you'll make sure he behaves himself so he won't get tossed into a ditch again. With that, you shake hands with Tomas. His handshake is as strong as you would expect based on his fists. You make your way out of the tall grass. You need to leave before Tomas's father goes to your family and complains about you breaking your lot. Well, that's interesting. You come to a realization on the way back. You had no idea the place where you were hiding even existed, and it wasn't too far from home. Tomas smiles in excitement when he hears this. Oh, I know lots of places like that. I'll tell you what, if we get out of this mess today, I'll show you the way to the old wall. It's a perfect place to build forts. I dragged a bunch of wooden planks there. Too bad it's not fun to build alone. My brother never helps. He just gets in the way. Nice. Making a friend. So he lives on the same street, born to a family of humble artisans. His dream is to change his lot, get a military education, and earn the right to a sword. He intends to join the Imperial Legion. You emerge from the muddy black alleyways united by a secret only the two of you know. It seems you've made a friend today. Oh, nice, and an ability went up. That's important. That's quite cool. I wasn't expecting that. So actually, I'm quite happy with that decision now that it's all worked out. For a second there, I thought I was going to die. Met Tomas, year 1126. You have made a friend, a boy named Tomas. I guess he wouldn't have respected me if I resolved it peacefully, so... Oh, maybe I should not trust my gut and go with something else. Seemed to work out this time. 1127. Riders on the road. It is a blistering hot day, even for the sun. Parched land of Magra. As soon as you are done with your studies, you dash outdoor and out of the stuffy room. You and Tomas roll up your shirt sleeves, but it barely helps. You would gladly go shirtless, had you only been in the company of other boys. But there are 3 girls in the yard today. They are doing the laundry in a big wash tub, whispering and giggling. If you could, you would gladly keep watching one of them at work. She has big eyes of deep blue, her dark hair is braided, and her plain grey dress is mended and patched all over. Her name is Sophia. She throws her head back a little when she laughs. The rays of the sun are reflected in her eyes. You, Tomas, and the other boys keep telling silly stories, anything to make her laugh. You sure love telling tall tales, Morgan. Oh, I remember this one time. But then Sophia hears a voice calling her home. She nods to you and runs across the street smiling. Her light steps carry her forward, but her eyes are looking elsewhere. But then a stone on the road catches her foot. She tumbles and falls flat into the dust. Oh god. The street starts shaking from a thuddering of hooves. Riders appear on the road from around the corner. They bear a coat of arms you recognize right away, a sable serpent, blade upon a field of vert. It symbolizes the Melendez dynasty, the family of your province's archduke. The horses dash forward. A lost wooden toy on the road cracks under their hooves. They will not slow down. They are the nobles, and the rest must make way for them. Sophia is in their way, just now starting to get back on her feet. Oh, thank God, that's unlocked. Her mother is crying for her desperately from behind the fenced door. You freeze in terror. The riders surely see the girl. Are they going to stop? Or are they going to trample her? In only a few moments, the beautiful girl will be toppled, trampled, and crushed. We have to. I have no choice. I need to shield her from the horses. You rush into the road, blinded by hope, determined to stop the riders. You throw yourself blindly into the road, swinging your arms wildly, dazed by the sound of the thundering hooves. You can see nothing in the dust. For a brief moment the horses slow down, just long enough for Sophia to get back on her feet and flee to the roadside. But then the riders dug their heels in. Oh God, why didn't we grab her and run? Oh no. Dozens of hooves knock you off your feet and roll across your body. Your bones crack, break and crumble. Your ears are ripped apart by the thundering rhythm of the ride. Your innards are pulverized. The last thing you remember is the sound of your own skull caving in. Oh, Jesus. Whew. First death. You fall into a pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free. There are no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in its secure embrace. The waves carry you. Their touch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your own body. It is a feeling unlike anything you have ever experienced before, something absolute and complete. You touch something greater, the reason behind everything, the reason for your very existence. You were sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt, a boundless and sincere unity of the diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast its light in all directions, and now you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it, in the north, as always. The waves of light carry you to two figures. The elder is nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He leans over you and plants a feather-light kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you. You will never be alone. You are a part of them, a part of your family, a part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down the torrent of light. You float on to the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk, but you do not wish to part with the warmth and softness, and with the love. You turn around. The elder is still watching you. He nods. All is as it should be. Go. Your time has not yet come. You must return to the world now. As you tumble down toward your body, you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins, that it is the origin of all life in this world. What is the manifestation of this love in your mortal life? Ooh. What is the manifestation of this love? Our lot? The gods give you a clear mission of this in this world, thus gifting you your very being. Family? Empire? Cause? The love of the gods have for you is so great that they will allow you to change the world they have crafted, created, to influence it with your own deeds. Myself? I don't want to say a lot because my character doesn't believe that he's going to... Let's say cause. A sudden comprehension of the love with which the entire world is imbued illuminates your mind, and then it fades away and vanishes. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks the lightness. That light, it is a burden. It is smothering you. You grasp for air, your chest expands painfully, you feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor of the crypts fills them, revolting, but so real. You are back. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, but here we are anyway. Then you can feel again. You sense your body, head, arms, and legs. The light fades around you, obedient before a will that is stronger than you. You return to the world. Such is the law of the twins. You will return to the world until the time of your true death, and in this world you will have a body with which to feel pain and suffering and pleasure. You smell a sickly, moist odor. You open your eyes and see the figures of mother and father in the gloom of the family crypt, speaking to each other quietly. They stop as soon as they hear you gasp. Mother runs to you and locks you in an embrace as father wraps you in his cloak. Neither of them say a word as they lead you out to the surface and back home. You've met a terrible end, my son. You were trampled by those horses. Don't be so careless ever again. The lives you were granted by the twin gods are not to be wasted so recklessly. You will be punished for this, but the twins have already meted out their punishment. You tremble, your steps unsteady as you learn how to move again. Your body is eerily smooth, fresh and renewed. Even the recent scars and scratches are already gone. But there is something new on it, a fresh black mark, a reminder of your lesser death beneath those hooves. Remember that, by the twins' mercy, we are all given enough time in this world. Should you die before your time, you will be brought back by their grace. For 3 times they will rescue you from a terrible fate, but the 4th death is true and final for all. Oh, I don't know if I should have wasted it on that. I mean, I know I should have saved her, but I feel like more pressing times are going to come ahead. Every loss of a life we were granted at our birth is a heavy blow to us, but the gods told us not to mourn a lesser death, and so we will humbly accept this and move on. See, your body has been reborn anew, with all your wounds healed. Do not mourn your loss of life, my son, but thank the twin gods for their justice. Do not speak of this, and do not ever play out by the road again if you wish to keep on living. You cautiously go back outside the next day. Children from the neighborhood surround you. They all saw you get trampled, and now they all ask you the same question. What was it like to die? Thomas rescues you from their pestering. He pushes the motley crew aside, hugs you, and pats you on the back. Look at you, buddy. You gave an entire life to keep a girl safe. Then you see Sophia. She is standing nearby, shyly working up the courage to walk over to you. Soon she finally approaches you and begins speaking rapidly. Morgan, why did you throw yourself in front of those horses? My life isn't worth any more than yours, so why did you do that? You weren't supposed to die there. It was all those riders' fault. They deserved to die, not you. Her voice rises to a shriek. She suddenly stops and runs back home. You stay where you are, watching her run, the golden rays of the sun dancing in her braided hair. Well, at least she likes me. Oh, nice. Nobility went up, which is brilliant. We're now honourable. Our ingenuity went up. And our spirituality went up. That was very, very good. I'm quite happy with that. Push forward on all fronts. I have a feeling I need to get to noble to be able to become a noble. But I think I'm going to be the clergy in this round, so we shall see. Sophia saved. Event has happened. I rescued Sophia. You saved a local girl named Sophia from lesser death. Whew. It all worked out well in the end. I'm actually really pleased that all of my stats went up, so that's quite nice. We'll certainly take that. 1128. We're 10 years old. Year 1128, fall, soil and gunpowder. Sophia disappeared after the terrible incident with the horses. Her friends gossiped that her parents sent her off to serve a rich noble dynasty. You haven't seen each other since that day, but you still remember Sophia's eyes, the sunlight shining in them. But no matter what, life goes on. You are 10 years old now, your studies continue, and you are learning more about the land you live in. Anizot is an ancient city in an imperial province by the name of Magra. All soil in Magra was turned to ash aeons ago, scorched by magic during the rebellion of Duke Char Melanidas. The magical arts are all but gone now, but the scorched earth has remained barren and infertile ever since. Since then, the entire province has lain barren, tormented by cold and scorching winds in equal measure, with few precious plants taking root on their own. All fertile land in Magra is bought elsewhere, and brought here by an endless caravan of carts and carriages. To pay for food and soil, the cities of Magra became skilled in many trades, primarily mining and digging for metals and stone. Last fall there was an explosion just outside the city, followed by clouds of thick smoke. The first such incident frightened the citizens, but then explosions and smoke became an everyday occurrence. Soon, everyone grew used to it. Father explains that the miners are using a new invention called gunpowder. It makes it easier for them to reach the precious stone and metals buried deep within the earth. Then, one day, a thunderous explosion rocks the city, and black, billowing smoke covers the houses. People are stuck in their homes, all windows tightly shut. The air is impossible to breathe. Nathan coughs all the time. Gloria and you cough only when nobody is watching. If Mother hears it, she'll make you inhale those hot verbal vapors just like Nathan. It takes 2 days for the black smoke to disperse. People pour out onto the street to meet their friends. Tomas is eager to share everything he knows about this incident with you. They took lots of burnt up people to the city temple. Mom told me she was helping the healers. There are many rumors. Some claim it was the work of a beast stirred from its slumber, while others say it's the surviving witches that continue to threaten the order and the empire with their accursed powers. But as for you, you patiently wait for Father to come back home, and then you'll ask him about it. Father spends day and night working at the prefecture, while Mother spends all her time in prayer. It takes a full week for Father to finally come home, and he's almost completely spent. You muster enough courage during dinner to ask him what happened outside the city. Father raises his head, his face a bleak, wary mask, and starts muttering his proclamation. It's almost as if he doesn't see you. It's the mine outside the city. They were trying to get to a vein of ore. There was an explosion, the mine caved in, and the black smoke started flowing. Many workers died there. It was all because Count El Velasco, who owns the mines, wanted them to start mining that vein before they were ready. Some of the workers weren't even reborn. Perhaps the twins thought their final time had come. The prefecture has been inundated with complaints from families that have lost their breadwinners, asking the judges for help. Many people also lost their cattle to the black smoke. Count El Velasco blames gunpowder for the disaster. The prefecture and the newspapers just repeat whatever he says, but it's a plain old greed and tyranny of noblemen that are to blame. Why the welfare of our province is always paid with commoner lives. Then without warning he grows silent again. You keep thinking about it for days. Can a human life really end so easily? A single moment of bad luck and you die, only to re-emerge from the temple or family crypt with a new black mark on your arm. Or worse, you remain where you fell, dead, never to be reborn again. Ever. So the wealth of Magra has gone up, but peace in the realm has gone down. Stefan's arrival, so our brother has come home, but I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this game. It's just so good. The choices are so difficult and you never know what to expect. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and let me know if you would have chosen something differently, or were you shocked by what happened when we jumped out in front of the horses. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a nice day.